Welcome back to class, everybody. This video is being recorded on February the 1st, Super Bowl Sunday. It's only 2 o'clock or so in the afternoon, 2:48 to be exact. So I'm trying to get this in before the festivities surrounded by the games start. Hope everybody enjoys watching the Super Bowl. I know I will. Let's go into class sessions and take a look at what we're going to be doing for class session 4. Hard to believe, this class is 1/4 of the way over. It's only 16 weeks in the semester, and we're already at the 1/4 mark. We're going to take a look at class session 4 and see what we have to do for this week. Of course, there's the list of learning objectives and content. You can read those later. Learning activities for this week, Chapter 5, Understanding Analytical Writing. There are 6 Ivy Tilt library tutorials for you to watch. We'll look at those in just a minute. Writing Project 1, summary response, and finalizing your draft, and 3 assignments. Session 3 and Session 4 discussion on critical rereading, adding responses to what's already posted there. The Ivy Tilt exercise, which is a short quiz, and then submitting your final writing project. Your final Project 1. Let's take a look at the learning activities in detail and see what's there. Again, Chapter 5. I know it's a long one. Hopefully it won't take you too long. Read that first and then go into the Ivy Tilt, which are library tutorials. Before I jump into that, let's make sure everybody knows about the library page. It's on Campus Connect, and on the home page of Campus Connect you see the library tab right there. Select that, and mine defaults to the library for Southeast. You might be in a different region, I don't know. If you are, it'll probably show a different library for you. Let's open up the library tab, and this is the box you'll see. 99% of the time when you're doing research for your writing, you'll be looking at search and find, although there are other options available, as you can see here. Let's take a look at the articles database. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I'll just give you an example with articles. For my own research, I like to use EBSCOhost. All the rest of these are good as well. I just seem to have the best luck with EBSCOhost. After I select that, this is a database of academic journals, some scientific journals, as you'll see. But to keep this simple, we're simply going to go into Academic Search Premier, which is one of the better ones. After you open up that link, here's what you'll see. And you have a search box. Also notice it has the option for full text. That is a PDF of the article that you're looking for. Obviously, if you select full text, you won't get every article that's in the database, only the ones with full text. I like to use that one because if I find a really good article, I tend to print it. Not going to use that just now, though. Let's go into the search box and type a subject. And you'll notice it's showing me 410 results related to my subject. And let's take a look at number 2. This is not the article itself, but this is a short summary of what the article contains. And when I'm looking at any one particular article, I like to read the abstract, because without reading the entire article, it gives me an idea of what this article says. I may decide just based on the abstract alone if I think this is worth reading, if it's on subject, or maybe it's not related to what I'm looking for, and I can go choose something else. One other very nice thing that this page contains is over to the right where it says Cite. If I decide I've read this article, I want to use this, I'm going to include this into a research paper. If I click on the Citation tab, it's going to properly cite this article for me in any one of these formats. Of course, in this class, we're using MLA, so if I scroll down on my works cited page, there it is in perfect order. And I can then copy and paste this and include it in my works cited page. Notice that it includes this date, February 1, 2015. That means that's the date that I read this article. The list of authors are right here. The title of the article in quotations, where the article was found, JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association, volume, the year, and the page numbers. It's a pretty short one, it's only 2 pages. In your later writing projects, when you have to really pay attention to works cited, this is a great way to do it because you know this one's done exactly right. So that's the library page. We're going to close out of that and go back to session 4. Excuse me. Let's take a look at the Ivy Tilt library tutorials. As I mentioned, there are 6 of these, but they're pretty short. You need to watch each of these modules, and let's open the first one. It's a short video. Notice it's only 1 minute and 16 seconds, and here's what it covers. Once you're done watching that one, go back and select the next one. You need to watch all 6 of these. There is a quiz. And we'll go back to the quiz under assignments and assessments. So I'll come right back to that. Let's take a look at the next item down, writing project 1, summary and response, steps 7 through 10. You've already done steps 1 through 6. And I'm going to make this a little easier on you because I'm not going to have you do all of these at this time. I'll explain that here in just a second as soon as the document opens. All right. This is what you've done previously, steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So to finish this, we're only going to concern ourselves with steps 7 through 10. Students will conduct peer response in class session 3. Most of that's already been done. And you're going to use that feedback to help you finalize your draft. Read the comments that were made. If you think they're valid, incorporate them into your essay. Here's the section I don't want you doing right now. We'll do this later. It says, along with your final draft, submit a cover letter describing the feedback you received and how you changed it. Don't do this step. I'm going to save that for another time. Next, under step 9, think about the changes you made, developing your voice, your tone, your writing style. But again, don't do the cover letter. And then lastly, check your document for errors. In fact, let's talk about that for just a second. Here's 2 very simple sentences. And notice if I just simply run spell check, it's probably not going to catch all the mistakes I just made. I have 2 misspelled words in this. Excuse me, 2 grammatically incorrect words in this. If I simply run spell check, it may not catch them. But what I want you to do before you submit your final essay is use the F7 key on your keyboard, because it's going to catch that this is the wrong word and offer me a correction. It didn't catch that one. Yeah, it should have caught that one. I think you understand my point though. Before you finalize your essay, always run F7. All of us, myself included, tend to be kind of lousy at reading our own work because it's difficult to see your own mistakes. I suggest, before you turn this in, give it to somebody else and let them read it for you. It often works best if it's not a close family member that's reading your work because they kind of understand your voice. Your speaking voice and your writing voice tend to be very similar. So give it to somebody else. Let them read it before you turn it in. And they might find something in there that isn't quite worded exactly right, but it's a mistake that you might not be able to catch yourself. Let's go back to class sessions. And see what else we have. I think we've just covered all the learning activities, but I want to be sure. Looks like we have. If I overlooked one, I know you'll tell me about it. Somebody's got to keep me in line. Let's look at assignments and assessments. Okay. Under assignments and assessments, we're going to finish off our discussion board on critical reading. Most of you, if not all of you, have already made this an original post, and what you're going to do is go back and read as many as you need to. Find 2 of them that interest you and respond. You need to write about 100 words on someone else's forum post. Let's take a look at those quickly. So we're going to discussion board. And critical rereading. Look at what's there. Skim through them. Find one you like. Let's take a look at Amy's. And see if we agree or disagree with what Amy has said. I could say something complimentary about what she'd written. I could point out an error that I think she may have made. I'm free to agree or disagree with her, but I'm going to hit reply and type a 100-word response to what Amy has written. And again, you need to do 2 of those. It's only 100 words. After I finish that, I'm going to go to the Ivy Tilt exercise. Don't try and do this until you've watched all the modules and maybe gone to the library tab and just navigated around to make sure you understand how it works. Once you're ready, hit the Ivy Tilt exercise, and you have 10 questions. It gives you 10 minutes to do it, and they're multiple choice questions. There are multiple attempts allowed on this. So if you take it the first time and maybe you missed one, go back and do it again. There's no reason that everyone shouldn't get a very good score on this. The questions aren't too hard. And if you watch the tutorials, you'll do just fine. The last thing is the final version of the essay that you've written. Notice you're going to submit it in 2 places. Of course, you're going to do this in a Word document, save it on your desktop, save it on a flash drive, save it in the My Documents folder. It doesn't really matter as long as you can find it. The first thing you're going to do is send it to me. So we're going to open up this link. There are 85 points possible. Hit Browse My Computer. Locate the file. I don't have one here. Again, on your desktop, on your flash drive, wherever, and attach it. Do not paste your essay into the comments section. If you want to make a comment, That's all you need to say. And then when you're ready and the file is attached, hit submit. I'm not going to do that now. That's the first place you're going to put it. The second place you're going to put it, you're going to send this to the publisher and they're going to check it for originality. It's extremely unlikely that anyone will come back with an originality score of 0 because I'm encouraging you to quote from the article that you've read. What this makes sure is that all the material that you've turned in is in quotations if you're borrowing it from somebody else. Click on this link and it will take you to the publisher site where you will attach your essay just like you did when you submitted it to me. Now, I'm on the instructor side of this. I don't have the capability of turning an assignment. That would be kind of silly. So your screen will look different. So let's recap. For your assignments, go to the discussion board on critical rereading, breeze through a few of those, find 2 you like, and respond. 100 words each, 200 words total. Take the Ivy Tilt exercise. Again, it's a multiple choice, 10-question quiz. If you didn't do so well the first time, take it again. No harm in that. Attach your final essay of Writing Project 1 to me, and you're going to attach it a second time here. Let's take a look at class sessions again and make sure we've covered everything. Again, only 1 chapter to read for this week. It's a little bit longer, but hopefully you'll get through it quickly. Look at the Ivy Tilt Library tutorials. Writing Project 1, Summary and Response, Steps 7 through 10. Now this is for my class only. Again, on, I believe it's step number 8, it asks you to include a cover letter. I'm not going to have you do that for this assignment. If you're in Mike Cooney's online English 111 class, check with him. He may have different instructions for you. I know that Mike shares these videos with the students in his class as well, and he may not do things exactly the same as I am. Peer response feedback. Finish off the discussion on critical rereading. Take the Ivy Tilt exercise and then turn in Writing Project 1, your final version, to both me and to the publisher site. I think we've covered everything here, but I just want to check. Yep, looks like that's it. Folks, it's been fun for the first 4th of the semester. I hope you're enjoying the class. Everyone seems to be doing very well, although I know we can always get better. Again, if you need to reach out to me, mstenger@metlife, metlife.com, or mstenger1@ivytech.edu. My phone number is 800-416-1747. It's a free call. Call me from anywhere. And my text number is 812-498-4200. Reach out to me anytime. Also, frequently check the grades tab in Blackboard. I tend to grade things as soon as they are available. I don't wait to do them the following week. I'm a student myself and I like to get immediate feedback on what I'm turning in. I know you're the same way. If there's something I've overlooked, for whatever reason, I try not to do that, but if you think something should have been graded and it's not, send me a text, call me, send me an email, and I'll get right on it. On behalf of myself and Mike Cooney, hope everybody has a great week. Enjoy watching the Super Bowl. Bye-bye, everybody.